We've got a quick video on how to run effective sales and promotions for flatbeds inside the dealer program. So I'm going to kind of draw from our experience of what we've learned and done over the years, some things that work very well for promotions and some things not to do that we learned the hard way. So we'll give you the shortcut so you don't have to make the same mistake. There's kind of two principles that we live by when it comes to sales and promotions. The first thing is you can't have too many sales or promotions. When you have everything on sale all the time, nothing is on sale. So when it's on sale, it doesn't matter. The customer just learns that, whatever, they're gonna have another sale probably in like 2 weeks. So I'm not gonna worry about taking advantage of this sale. So you need to make sure that you don't run too many sales and promotions. In our view, 2 to 3 per year is about the maximum that you want to run. Anything more than that is just too much and the customer just gets lethargic. They don't really care about the promotion because they know you'll just have another one. The second thing, and this is probably most important, the promotion needs to have a deadline. Your lead reach out needs to include the promotion and the deadline as part of your conversation with the lead. The reason for a deadline is if you don't have a deadline and it's open-ended, if people are given the choice between doing something now versus waiting and seeing later, they're pretty much always going to choose the waiting and seeing later. So if you have an open-ended sale, it has no power because there's no reason to buy now. Why not just wait? We'll get it in 3 months, and then 3 months comes, and then it's going to be another 3 months, and then they end up never buying. So you want to have a deadline that creates urgency because urgency sells. And then lastly, I already touched on this a little bit, but very important to include the promotion in every single sales call. And so what that looks like is kind of towards the end of the call when you're kind of wrapping things up, scheduling a time to follow up with the lead. You'll say, oh, by the way, Jim, if you do purchase a flatbed in the month of October, we'll give you a free Sitka jacket. And I'll send you the one sheet of kind of the models that you can choose from. But that's kind of a cool thing to give you some bonus points if you do end up ordering in the month of October. And so that's how that would look like. The other thing is that if you do have a list of leads that you've talked with in the past, which if you've been doing this for any sort of time, you definitely will, you always want to call back all of the warm leads from even the last 6 months and just say, hey, just to let you know, we're running a promotion this month. I don't know if you're still in the market or a flatbed or not, but just thought I'd touch base with you. If you do order a flatbed in the month of October, we'll give you a free Filson coat. So let me know if you want to put the order in on that. Do you want me to follow up with you on that towards the end of the month? And then they'll say yes or no, and you can follow up with them because that will also create some sales in your past leads when you promote this stuff to them in the months that you're doing the promotions. So I'm gonna get into a couple examples of promotions that we've done that have worked well for us. And so the first is we generally do a free Yeti cooler in early summer, late spring. So we've been doing it the last couple years in the month of May. Anybody who orders a flatbed gets a free Yeti 65 cooler, which is a $350 cooler when they order a flatbed. This is a brand that everyone thinks is awesome for the most part. So this is a really good promotion. We usually sell 8 or 10 beds every time that we do this, in large part because of the promotion. The other thing that I'll say is when you run a promotion, make the reward on it very quick. So when we do give somebody a Yeti, we don't make them wait for their flatbed to get done to give them the cooler. We order it right then and there because they're giving us 50% deposit to place the order. So as soon as they pay the money, we go on Yeti's website, order them a cooler, and ship it to their house. So it's not like they got to wait 2 months for it, which is how long the flatbed generally takes. It's showing up 3 days later. So that is another way to kind of make the promotion even tastier for the customer. A second thing, I already kind of said this, we do a free Filson or Sitka jacket in the month of October or September. We don't do this every year, but probably every other year we do this promotion. This seems to work well going into kind of the colder months. People are thinking jacket season. A lot of our demographic that buys flatbeds are into hunting, sportsmen's, outdoors, that sort of thing. So the Sitka brand, Filson brand are both very attractive to them. So that seems like another great way sale to run. We usually do about a $350 value on that. And then the last thing we do, and we do this pretty much every year, is a $500 off end of the year sale. Basically, any orders placed in December, we give the customers $500 off. We only run one sale per year, and that's important because if you do too many sales, like I said earlier, it loses potency and nobody cares. So we always only want to run one sale. We do it a significant amount, $500 off. Got to order it in December. The reason this works so well in December is because we already get a lot of order volume in December because business owners are our main customer base and a lot of them are trying to get write-offs before the end of the year. So when you combine the write-off bonus with $500 off, really makes a deadly combination to create a sales monster that really rounds out our year nicely. So that has worked well for us. So that covers it, is kind of how to run promotions, what to do, what not to do. One last thing I'll tell you that should be obvious, but just in case it's not, I'll cover it, is you need to make sure that you have room in your margin to fulfill the cost of the promotion and still make a reasonable profit margin. Because if you're just starting out and you're doing a recommended 25%, probably not a great idea for you to do a promotion, because if it's $350 to fulfill the promotion, that's coming straight out of your margin, and that might cut your margin by 30, 40%. On the flip side, if you're established, you're now making a 35, 40, 45% margin, you got tons of room if it's an $8,000 bed that you're selling, which is kind of the average ticket price, to do the $350 promotion. That comes out of your margin, but it's fairly insignificant in the grand scheme of things. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you got room in the margin before you get trigger happy with promotions. But hope that helps. Feel free to try it out. If you want us to implement it, we can put it on your price sheet for you, give you some tips and tricks. We're happy to do that. So reach out to your coach and we'll make that happen for you.